that you could have a piece, okay, because it is delicious. Fucking delicious.
Hello and welcome
Fucking
to Casual Gestation. I'm your host, Phil, here with the sidekick or co-host, depending on how the night goes, Dakota.
Co-host, motherfucker.
We're here to casually gestate things and make you laugh. We have our live chat up, and we are going to bring you some content.
So, one of the things, because we had to tag this before we uploaded, usually we tag it after, so we can tag something, kind of random, like, the one we did about septic tanks, one of our tags was septic tanks. Even though that was maybe 6 minutes of what we did. But we usually throw in the funny tag. And I was just saying to Phil a few moments ago, every time that I put that, whenever I do the tagging, which is pretty much never.
Yeah, because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, whatever. Anytime we put that, it's like, did you earn that tag? Do you think people are going to listen to this and be amused? You think you're fucking funny? You fucking funny? I'm just
and the answer is consistently no.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely not every time, so we keep the tag.
Yeah. Hey Dakota, what do you think the best political system is?
I think the best political system is democratic feudalism.
What is that?
Democratic feudalism is an ideology where you choose a system that's chosen on a democratic basis, and it operates basically in more of like a city-state society. It's like if you cut out the whole Congress-Parliament part of government and people just voted on things more directly, and it was more like a coalition of beliefs. So, say you wanted to keep the United States, as a series of states, but you want each state to be able to genuinely run itself. California can be, socialist or communist, whichever. I'm sure Colorado will probably be socialist. Texas will probably remain a republic. Things like that.
Right.
But everyone would choose. So everyone would have the ability, have the say-so to be like, this is the society I want. This is the government I want. And each state, each government, each overruling entity, their power would only be based on their ability to maintain that power amongst their people, which they can only do through gathered centric belief. So everyone has to go for your system to work. So whichever system the most people are willing to go with is the system that will prevail in any given, state or city or whatever. And the idea is that it's a different take on minarchy. Minimal involved government. This way people choose the involvement level of the government, but on a smaller scale, which is where most governments work conceptually the best, is at a smaller scale.
Right.
I mean, if you look at socialism at a smaller scale, it looks better. If you look at fucking communism on a smaller scale, it looks better. It's still communism, better dead than red in my opinion, but it looks better and more functional at a smaller conceptual level. And so this will really give everyone to let their beliefs, show as they will and shine as they will or won't.
Right, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the problem is everybody has to believe in that system, and the odds of getting the whole world to be like, that's pretty good, I'm cool with that, communism stops here, anarchy starts there, that's socialist, and that's a fucking tyrannical something, okay. Don't bring it over here.
At the same time, wouldn't it not work because everybody has to just leave well enough to fuck alone?
Basically.
So,
people don't tend to do that.
So it's like every other political idea. It's great on paper, but it
relies on the non-existence of fascism, which, for the record, is what basically all political theories rely on.
Right.
The problem with communism is a lot of things, but mostly fascism. Theoretically, if you could take out fascism, communism wouldn't be nearly the terrible thing it was, because it would actually work the way it says it does. Socialism's the same way. As long as you remove people's idea and ability to take advantage of and use and abuse a system, if they never had the thought to do so, the system would work.
Right.
Because no one would ever abuse it.
That's
and
fair.
Use it for their gain.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, literally every system would work if fascism didn't exist. And that's the problem with fucking political theory, is that you're going to have to find a way to eliminate fascism. And the problem with that is that it's a behavioral trait that's ingrained in people that are ambitious. So you're basically going to be attempting to remove ambition without removing ambition. So good luck with that.
What's your have you seen this thing, Permit Patty?
What?
Permit Patty.
Permit Patty.
Yeah.
What is that?
She calls the cops on people in, I think it's California, for not having permits to do whatever business they're doing. So, like, one of them was a little girl selling bottles of water on the street. She was 8.
And she called the cops on an 8-year-old?
Yeah.
What did they do?
Didn't have a permit. She's a statist.
What the fuck? So, the cops took away this 8-year-old's water bottle?
I don't know what the rest of the story is. I just know.
I really want to know.
I don't know.
This sounds hilarious to me.
Well,
what a ridiculous dedication to the system. Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
And for that, we salute you.
God damn. California?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, where else? Maybe New York. Maybe Illinois.
We're not big Cali fans.
Or Illinois or New York.
Yeah, no, not those places.
Not a huge
honestly,
Florida fan either.
I'm not. God damn it! I'm just not big on anywhere outside of Texas, to be honest. Other states nearby are okay. You know, I like Louisiana. I like Oklahoma.
Tennessee was a fine state. Shout out to Tennessee.
Other than your rush hour traffic.
Well, that plus the fact that they, pretty sure they were the only ones that came to help at the Alamo.
Is Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, shout out. But anyway.
They showed up a day late and $1 short, but they showed up.
We were there. How'd that go? It was good for us. We got to see the end.
The end of an empire. Not really.
No. What's always crazy to me is, you know, you grow up, if you live in Texas, I assume this is not the case for other states, but you grow up under the belief that the Alamo is like a huge Texas history block, and you don't ever really think about when it ends, or at least I didn't as a kid.
Right.
I was just like, the Alamo, so I just assumed we won, because it was the Alamo. It was so important and such a big deal.
Nah, the only reason it's so important is because we lost, and that made us be like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because we're Texas, and...
Yeah, that was what made Texans turn around and be like, alright, we're gonna go fix this. Didn't we re-win the Alamo in like 3 weeks?
I think so.
Yeah,
we won it, but they also didn't leave a whole lot of people there.
Yeah, it wasn't like a hard take.
I also don't know. I'm also pretty rusty on my history of out of the Alamo.
Yeah. I don't know. But it's funny because like when I was a kid, I always thought it was a huge victory, and it was not.
No, it was definitely a loss.
I wonder what other states do with their stuff. I know Oklahoma does a lot of probably Native American studies.
Probably.
But like...
Because like when I drove through Oklahoma, that was all that there was Native American bullshit. Well, I'm not saying bullshit in the sense of like it's unimportant, just like after driving through an entire state of nothing but Native America, there's a little something that dies inside of you.
You're just like, it lost its polish.
Well, it's like Kansas. You can only see cornfields and bullshit so much before you're like, all right.
That's exactly what I was going to go to. Is like, in Kansas state history, what the fuck do you study? If someone is listening to this from Kansas, let me know. Like, I'm not trying to hate on Kansas, but I don't know fucking shit about Kansas. Okay? I've never heard an interesting thing.
They probably
about
do a lot
Kansas.
of Native American stuff, too.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is they grow corn.
Because I know Fort Riley was if I'm remembering right, it was General Custer died at Fort Riley because that's the only.
That's
horse.
an interesting thing. Maybe there's some shit about that.
Maybe that's the only horse that's buried there on post is General Custer's horse.
Huh. I always thought General Stonewall Jackson was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't like FDR? A lot of people. So in a hip hop song that I heard, it's called Reagan, and it's about Ronald Reagan and the presidencies in general.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah, by Killer Mike.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, at the end he says Ronald 6, Wilson 6, Reagan 6. He's literally associating Ronald Reagan with the devil.
Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and Christmas is a lie.
Yeah, that's basically the song.
Oh, man. If you're listening to this on Spreaker and you're live with us right now, go ahead and hit us up and chat us up and let us know what you want to talk about.
And we'll chat about that, because this is all improv, all live.
Shout out to TechShare, by the way, on Twitter.
Hashtag technology, hashtag innovation.
I don't think that's how it works, but...
I'm putting it in there anyway.
Right.
Maybe it'll make us stand out from other people.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Probably not. I'm going to say no.
TechShare, let us know.
Yeah. Fuck, man. So, have you thought about how there's no companies that were like established 1773 or whatever?
Yeah.
Like there's only companies that like 1850-ish.
Yeah. And most of those are like beer companies.
Yeah, and like Dr. Pepper and
yeah, stuff like that. Is Dr. Pepper that old?
1856 or so.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Pepper.
Good God, I don't like you, but
I love you.
You made it a long ways.
Mountain Dew though is where it's at.
Huh?
Mountain Dew is where it's at.
I mean, I'm drinking a Rockstar right now.
Rockstar's pretty good.
I think it's a Coke product, but so is Nos is a Coke product. I think Monster's
a lot
Coke
of shit's
product.
a Coke product.
Coke's got the market pretty cornered in a quiet way.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh no, it's Coke versus Dr. Pepper, and then Mountain Dew versus Sprite, and then Monster versus whatever someone thinks stands against Monster. You know, Red Bull, I guess, would be a big one.
Yeah.
I only like the blueberry Red Bull.
Really?
Yeah.
I like all of them.
I don't really like regular Red Bull. It's one of those tastes that once you acquire it to a certain degree, it affects your taste for other drinks.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
And I'd rather just keep enjoying these other drinks than let go of them all for Red Bull, because that just doesn't sound like a good fucking deal. Fuck your wings. Fuck you, Red Bull.
Well, they don't actually say that anymore because there's a lawsuit.
Yeah, I know.